Right, so it's quite simple how you solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, and today I'm going to tell you how to solve it. I don't think this video is going to be very long, but anyways, let's begin. First things first, this is kind of a beginner's or medium level learner's video, I guess. You have faces, I hope you know about it. The face facing on top is your upper face. It's your upper face. The face on the right is the right face. The face on the left is the left face. The face on the down, which is probably facing downwards, is the down face. The one that's facing you, like in front of your face, is the front face, and the one that's behind is the back face, right? And that you should know this for you to get the algorithms that I will give you. Later on I will explain the anti-clockwise and the clockwise bit, but for now let's just start solving. Pick any color. I preferably take red for some reason, just because it's the most vibrant and it's easy to find red around the cube. What your aim is first is to make a plus for a plus like this. Like this, so that it's basically a beginner step, I guess. For every Rubik's, for the 3x3, you have to start off this way because it's one of the easiest ways. After getting the plus, well, no, I'll tell you how you get the plus. I'll mix this up right now just to show you. I'm sorry I don't have another Rubik's Cube to make it easier for me to show you, but okay. So the other thing is the centers in this cube are fixed. They don't switch around like the 4x4. The 4x4 has no fixed centers. You have to create your centers yourself, but for this they are fixed. So opposite to red is always orange. Opposite to green is always blue. Opposite to white is always yellow, right? And they stay the same no matter what you do. So let's begin with red. You try and find the two color pieces, like the ones that stay in the centers of the corners usually, like pieces like this. They're in between two corners, and you try and find ones that have red on them, and you basically use that a logic that I call prediction and placement. Hey guys, it's me back again with the Rubik's Cube solution. Gonna continue with the prediction and placement theory. It's a part of part one, I guess, but right. So, prediction and placement theory is basically you predict each move and where it's going to position your particular piece. Now, to make the plus, you need to find the pieces that are in between the corners. If you notice, the corners always have three colors, one on top and two on their sides. You need to find the piece which has only two colors. For example, this has only red and white. You need to find pieces like that. Okay, so for example, now if you have it like this, you've got white over here, you've got red over here. Since I preferably choose red, you need to find, or well, you can find the red center, and you need to try and make sure that this red and white, gets up all the way to this red. Now there's different ways, but simply put, if you put it up like this, then you can see that the red, white, and red, they're in a line. Then if you look at it, if you analyze it, then you can realize that they're flipped around. Like the white should be down here and the red should be up there. Now for this, it's honestly quite simple. You can bring it down to either of your sides and then pull it up like this. So then you will have the red matching and the white. don't worry about the centers right now. Right now you just need to find the plus. Okay, so find another one, another two-pieced with a red on it. So for example, now I found the red and green here. I can just simply bring this up here and form my red and green. So that's up there making my line. Now I need these two pieces. So now there's one over here and there's one over here. So I can either just do the red and yellow first, but for this, if you realize that if I move it up, then it disrupts the red that was there. But if I face the red towards me, like so that it's like this, you see that if I move this up there, this piece will end up here. So I can just move it up there and form the three like this. Now all we need is one piece there. Now find the last piece, for example, and for me it's here. It can be anywhere around the cube, but that doesn't matter. So you take it and you place it under. What you will realize now is that if you bring it up, you're going to have this inverted, and trying to fix this inversion is going to mess up this. So you've got two different ways of doing this. My preferable method in this situation is you move it to either of your sides and you bring down this center layer, this middle layer. So you move it downwards such that if you move it downwards, then you can reposition the red to its original place, forming this line here. And if you pull it up, voila, you have your plus. This should make enough sense. If it doesn't make sense, you can obviously leave feedback on my channel, but that's for later. So now we need to focus on getting the corners on. Well, no, first we need to get these matched up with their centers. Like I said, the centers are fixed. White is always opposite to yellow, green is always opposite to blue, and orange is always opposite to red. So we need to get these centers, these center pieces in such a way that they match up and they form a proper line. For example, this red and yellow, they match a line, they make a line. This red and green, they make a line. Like that, we need to make sure that the other two colors for now match up. If you realize this should be there, this blue and red should be here on this red and white, and this red and white, this red and white should be on this red and blue. My simple method for this is you rotate it 180 degrees downwards so the red is facing down. Do the same for the white at the same time. So you should have your red over here around the orange center. Now you just move the white or the blue, whichever one, to its designated center. So you form an edge pair over here, like a 2 by 1 set over here. If you rotate this up now, it's going to match. Now you're left with this blue. You match it to its designated center, the 2 by 1 set form, and then you rotate it up. And you have your center with these centers solved as well, right? So now we focus on so we're going to continue with the corners for this. Like I said, you need to have the corners which have three pieces, so three colors basically. For example, white, green, red. You need to position these in such a way, for example, since this is red, green, and white, right? You find the angle or the corner at which red, green, and white can position itself and form a perfect looking set over here. So there's different situations. You could have a corner anywhere around the cube on any of the corners. There's different ways you can get them up. I'm going to try and explain all of them that I can. So for now, I'm going to explain this one. This is already on top. It's faced here, but it's in the wrong. It's in between the wrong set of like center pairs. So what you need to do is you need to bring this all the way over here. So you can basically you need to substitute this piece with anything from below. So now we will try and substitute this this corner place with this piece, just so that this is down. So we bring it down and we move it this way. So if you realize, this piece has substituted this piece. Now that this is down, you can either bring it down to its actual corner, which is here. So you can bring it right under. So now if you realize, this is red, green, white, this is red, green, white, right? Now if you move this up here, you're disrupting the plus sign again. So what you need to do is predict and placement. Again, if you move this to the side, which is not being moved down, like if you move this down, then that corner is gone. You'll never be able to get it again. So you move it away from this and you bring this down. You return it back to its original position and you pull it back up. And here you go. You have a perfect matching set with white, green, and this. Likewise, you do it for all of them. So for example, now you can do this, the red, yellow, and green. Now you can bring this under again. Forget about this corner piece, even though this is one over here. Don't mind that. It's basically you are substituting this with this, but only you need this to get there. So you, again, if you move this down, then you're gonna get lost with this. If you move it up, you're disrupting the plus. So again, you move it away from the side that you will pull down, and put it back to its original spot and pull up, and you have your green line done. And then you have this. Now you need the blue, yellow, red, and the blue, white, red corner pieces. You find them around the cube. There are chances that the red might be below there. So for example, you might have a consequence where like for example, now see, you have this below here, it's under, above is the red. So even if you try and bring it up like this, it's gonna come crooked, it's not gonna come proper. So what you do for such a situation is you will place it right under its designated corner. So this needs to go here because it's red, blue, and white. This is red, blue, and white, so this needs to go here. So you move it down so that this is actually on the lower layer when you place your cube flat, and you move it around and make sure that it faces you again, right? So you have this like this and you pull it back. This is what you do at first. Now you realize that this is now facing proper. So from here you can do the moving away, prediction, and placement theory. So you can move it away, pull it down, pull it back up, and then pull it back up. Here you've got your blue matched up with the white and red. Here, see, now this might occur again.
Okay.
So you bring it under, it's under its designated corner. You pull it downwards so that when you make it straight, it ends up in front of you here. Pull it up. So, and then you do the prediction placement theory method again. And this is how you should manage to get your first color along with the first layer done. So guys, we're gonna do this again. This time we're gonna try and get the pieces in between the centers, not the red. The red is completely done. This is part 2 of the cube, by the way, and you will end up finishing the second layer, and you might end up with an L of the orange, a straight line of the orange, or you might end up with no orange on top. Okay, these are 3 different scenarios, but they all lead up to one. You should try and lead them up to one, that I will explain later. For now, right, so this is called the edge pairing process, because these are the edges, but you're pairing up the 2 colors. So on top, you need to find a piece which doesn't have orange on it, because orange does not go in between any of the centers, because orange is only on top. So no matter what you do, there shouldn't be any orange. For example, this piece. Now this is green and yellow, right? Now the green and yellow should go in between here. In between here. If you move it, right, you will realize that this green has made a line now,
but the yellow is in here. Now for this, it's a real simple formula that I have. You do if the color which is on top is on your left, you do up inverted, left inverted, up normal, left normal, up normal, front normal, up inverted, front inverted. This may sound really complicated, but it's not. I will be annotating the algorithms on this and also be placing them in the extra info. And if you realize now, you have your green and yellow in its place. It is paired up and matching. Now you need to do this for every single corner piece. There are times when you might already have them done. Like for example, here it's already done. Here it was done. You might end up in a situation where you have them inverted. Now this is you just substitute the piece. You use the same formula, and you need to bring this here, right? So you just take this as a green and this as white for now. You don't need to literally think of it as that. It is not possible, but just imagine that this was green and this was white. Now this is the other side of the formula that I just stated above. This one was for if the color was on your left. This is for if the color is on your right. Okay, so for this you do up normal, right normal, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up normal, and front normal. And if you realize now, your green and white has been substituted away. It is now no longer in this layer, it is on top now, it is over here. Now you use the same method and you bring it, and you actually, for real this time, you match it up and you use the same formula. So that's up normal, right normal, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up normal, front normal, and you have your pair matched up. Unfortunately, this time it has messed this up. I'm sorry for the inconvenience there, but you do the same thing again, the right formula, the right hand side formula. It doesn't necessarily have to be this formula, but since in this case the green is on your right, you do the right hand formula. So you do again up normal, right normal, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up inverted, up normal, front normal. So here. Now if you realize you have your second layer. Oh, and also there are times when you might end up with a plus. It's not necessary that you will end up with an L, but there are times when you will end up with a plus. Okay? I can't guarantee that you will end up with a plus, but there are times when you will end up with a plus. Okay? Right. From here, if you have the plus, then this step will be explained after. I'm going to explain what happens if you don't have the plus. So for example, if you have an L like this, okay, trying to bring the plus there like this is it may seem like, oh my god, what do I do from here? It's nothing like that. It's quite simple. You place it in such a way and you do this. You do front normal, right normal, up normal, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted. Now you end up with a line, right? This is, you may also end up with a line. It's not necessarily that you will end up with an L when you finish pairing up the edges, but you might end up with a line. So from this line, you keep the line horizontal, so it's like this, right? And then it's facing upwards, so it's like this, okay? And then you do the same thing again. You do front normal, right normal, up normal, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted. Now you realize you have made your plus. This plus is what you require till the end of stage 2. Hey guys, let's continue this again. This is part 3 of the cube. This is where you solve the cube completely. Like, from where you are right now, at the end of part 2, you will solve it from here completely. You should have by now already achieved this plus, okay? Now this is the smallest part of solving the cube. It's really very simple. There's only two formulas you should know for this. I will tell them along explaining how you do it. Right, so now that you've got the plus, you need to make sure that these centers are matched. These centers along with the orange. Do you remember when you formed the plus with the red like that? The orange should have a plus as well, and these centers should be matched. If they are not matched, in case they are not matched, you should have, one sec, I will show you a situation where it's not matched. I know how to work around there. You might end up in a situation where you have them all mixed up like this, like none of them are in their place, right? You move them around until you find two of them matched up in such a way that the orange is in an arrow shape, or in an L shape, or in an inverted L. Like for now, the white matches but the green doesn't, so this doesn't count. So you move again, try and look again. The blue matches, the green doesn't, but the yellow does. So you have your L over here. Now you position it towards you like an L. So for you, it should look like an L. It should look like an L. Okay? And then you do this. One. So you do right normal, up normal, right inverted, up normal, right normal, up normal twice, and then right inverted. And then when you move it around again, you should have all your centers matched. Simple. This shouldn't be really hard at all. So once you've got these centers matched up, then now you need the corners. These corners aren't anywhere, they're already on top, so you don't need to worry. There's a simple logical algorithm, I guess, or logical formula to this. You need to try and find a corner piece which is not, it doesn't necessarily have to be matching properly, like with the orange here, the yellow here, and the green here. It doesn't necessarily have to be like that, but it can be something like orange, yellow, and green, which is in between the orange, yellow, and green. Like for example, here you have orange, green, yellow. It's in between the orange, green, and yellow. So you should be fine. As long as you have one like that, you need to keep that to your right side. And then you do this isn't in normal terms, this is called the runaway formula. It's where you will understand when I explain it in words, but first I'll explain the algorithm to you. You you do up normal, right normal, up inverted, left inverted, up normal, right inverted, up inverted, left normal. Now if you realize, you might end up with it already being matched over here and over here, and you will end up with only two. There are times when you might need to do it several times unless you get at least one more corner other than the original corner matched up and all the other corners in their designated positions. So if you notice now, this orange, green, and white is in between. It's in the corner of the orange, green, and white. So this is in the right position. Same applies for this. The orange, green, and yellow is in between the orange, yellow, I mean green and yellow. Okay, so from this now comes the last formula for you to solve the cube. You do right inverted, down inverted, right normal, down normal, right inverted, down inverted, right normal, down normal. Now when you realize that it has matched up, like for now it has matched up, it's proper now, you move the upper face so that the corner that is now not matched, even though in its designated corner, is on your right. It is on your right bottom corner. And then you do the same again. So you do right inverted, down inverted, right normal, down normal, 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 and you have solved your Rubik's Cube 3 by 3. That's about it. Thank you guys for watching.